Hey y'all, what's going on? It is Nicole Joy, and I have a little something different. Hopefully my holder here is going to actually do its job and hold the phone, but hopefully it goes well. I have a little bit of a different video. Today I'm going to be going through my favorite Pokemon of each type. Youngster Joey, he got this idea from Sidewalk Clothes, I think, so I'm going to try to link both of those creators in the description. And just, he suggested that we all do one, and so, since I am still grinding for the Elite Four in Crystal, and don't exactly have a lot of Pokemon content stored up for you guys, I figured I would go ahead and give it a shot. I'm not sure exactly, per the usual, how long I'm going to have, or if the holder's going to do its job or not. But I figured let's go ahead and give this a shot. So, without any further ado, the grass type, my favorite type is probably going to be Meganium. Just because of Braun. He is my starter in Pokemon Crystal, and it's going surprisingly well. I didn't expect to like grass types because they're kind of weak, to be honest. I always thought they were anyway. But surprisingly, it's going pretty well. He hasn't died yet, which I'm living through the starter curse. Hopefully that trend continues and I didn't just completely jinx myself. For my favorite fire type, I went with Charizard. I'm kind of a Gen 1 baby, I guess. But the Charizard line is really good, and I love Mega Charizard X, if that's the black and blue one, and I'm not being completely stupid per the usual. If you guys are part of the community, you've probably seen Dylan's Minecraft stream where he built a Mega Charizard X in his Minecraft world. And it was absolutely fantastic. It was one of the greatest builds I've ever seen him do. So definitely go and check him out. He's on his way to 100 followers on Twitch and beyond. So if y'all want to go give him some love, I'll link him in the description as well. Now for water type. I love all things water. Water types, and they're me. They're my aura 100%. But my favorite, I have to go with Blastoise. The entire Squirtle line is just my absolute favorite. I fell in love with the Mon in Pokemon Yellow, which was my first ever Pokemon game that I ever played. And when I got Squirtle as the gift Mon in, I believe, Vermilion. Sorry, I panicked. I thought he was coming, but they're not. Anyway, I fell in love with him as a Squirtle in Vermilion City, and then when I played Pokemon Blue and I got to choose my own starter, I went with Squirtle, and Blastoise was an absolute champ. So Blastoise is probably my favorite Pokemon of all time. So not just the water type, but generally speaking. I love my beefy Alex Shelley, which is the name that I gave all of my Blastoise, and don't ask why, it just was. So for normal type, per my usual love of beefy boys, I went with Snorlax. If y'all watched Mark Blue and his Fire Red series, Snorlax, I believe, if it was Fire Red, I'm pretty sure it was, Snooze, his Snorlax, was MVP of his team, and it was such a good Mon. I like using it in Pokemon Showdown because it's a good stall Mon. But just generally speaking, Snorlax has a lot of power, a lot of HP, and I really love that Mon. Plus, who's not a little bit of a lazy eater every now and then? You know, he's so relatable. So for electric, I didn't have a lot, because electric types aren't something that I typically use, but my favorite Mon that I've used that was electric was probably Zapdos. Currently I'm rocking Jolteon in my Crystal team, but it's just an evolution. It's probably my favorite evolution, but I try to take those out of the equation for the favorite Mons of each type, because it could be anything. So I went with Zapdos, just because Drilpeck was fun, and I don't know, I really enjoyed using that in Yellow, so had to go with that one. For Psychic, I went with Hypno. Most people are probably going to say Alakazam, which is fine. He's a beast of a Mon, but I didn't really want to be that basic and just say what everyone else was going to, so I went with Hypno. Hypno is a defensive beast. Again, if you've watched any of the series from the community, you would know that. And it was the first Psychic type that I ever used, and he's really good. I love that Mon. Now the creepypasta of him is, well, creepy, but I don't let it bother me. He's good. For fighting type, I'm kind of torn. I like Machamp a lot lately. Riley and All Might in Joey's series is pretty good. And then Trippy Trainer used Machamp in his Cage Lock with 2-Bit Crow and just critted everything with Karate Chop. So they're not bad, but if I had to pick my absolute favorite, probably Poliwrath, just for the water type connection. Plus, I mean, that is what killed my Tigress in the gym against Chuck in my Crystal series. It randomly hit Dynamic Punch. It only has a 50% accuracy, but for some reason, it hit. So, I gotta give it respect when it earns it. So I went ahead and went with that. And then for the Rock type, I didn't really have anything for that either. Nothing that I could use here anyway. So I went with Aerodactyl. Again, just for Mark's series with Petrie and all that stuff. Plus, it just looks so BA. I would love to use one, so hopefully in some future series when I start doing randomizers, I'll be able to actually get one. I think that'd be so much fun. For the ground type, I went with Golem, or however you want to say it. I'm not a Pokemon fan, so I'm not going to pronounce most of these right, probably, but I went with it. But I like it. He's very defensive, getting a Magnitude or Earthquake or something on him. It's very good. I've used it in Pokemon Tower Defense, and it's very, very fun. I love that game. So for the flying type, I went with Gyarados, the water-flying dragon. Not a dragon type, but it looks like one. Just for the water connection, and the first shiny I ever had was a Gyarados in the Lake of Rage encounter. I know it's not like an actual shiny that you go hunting for, but it was the first one that I ever had, and I named it Bruno, and I loved it, and I cherished it until it died, because everything dies. Everything that I love always dies. For the bug type, I was just gonna say Scyther, just because, again, I don't really have any. I'm not really into bug types, but then my friend Jason, Monkey Ray, my soul partner, he reminded me that I had a bug type named Icarus in my series until Pursuit killed it. I was very sad about that, so I'm going to give my respect and honor to Larvesta / Volcarona, the mon that I would never get the chance to see, for bug type. For poison, I like the Nidoran line. Specifically, if I had to pick just one, I'd probably say Nidoqueen. One, I'm female. I always named mine Bindi for Bindi Irwin. And it's just, it's very defensive, and I love the look of them. I taught it Surf, which was really cool to ride on that. But I like some poison types. I'm really getting into using Crobat. Crobat is also on my team in Crystal, and it's easily becoming one of the MVPs of my team, and I didn't expect it to. But I've had this particular Crobat since it was a Zubat at level 2. And I've raised it up to level 44, and I haven't even come close to losing it yet. So I'm very, very pleased. So it's a shock, really. For the dark type, I don't really know a lot about dark types because I haven't played much after Gen 2. But I went with Crocodile. It's a crocodile. I love reptiles, especially reptile mons. They're very fun. And it looks BA. So I went with Crocodile on that one. For ghost type, again, I could have went basic and did the popular thing and said Gengar, but I didn't. I went with Giratina. Again, series that I'm watching, Hades / Lucifer / whatever you want to call it. It's a beast. I'm pretty sure it's a legendary. Yeah, I'm like 99.6% sure that that's a legendary, so it's probably a little OP to be on the list, but I like it. It's beefy, has tons of attack, so had to go with that one. The ice type, I don't really have a lot of that either, so I just went with Walrein, Wally the Walrus. It's a water type as well, so, it's immediately a love. Steel type, my boy Steelix. I love Snake Mons. So from Arbok to Seviper to Steelix, you name it, and the Serpent Mon is an immediate love for me. So I had to go with my boy there. Dragon type, I didn't want to go basic and say Dragonite, so I went with Kingdra. Water type, and Kingdra just looks so cool. I love Kingdra, so it makes me happy. For the fairy type, I went with Granbull. I was going to say Wigglytuff, but then my friend Jason Monkey Ray, as y'all know him on YouTube, he reminded me of the joke with the Wigglytuff named Cherry, and yeah, no, I changed my mind, and I went with Granbull because I love dogs, and it's basically a bulldog, I think. And I don't really know anything about fairy types. Again, I've only played Gen 2 to completion, so we'll see how the other gens go once I get there. But there you have it. So there are my favorite types. Y'all let me know what yours are in the comments below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try to edit this with a little bit more professionalism, but it's probably not going to go very well for me, because I am terrible at everything that I do. So I'm going to get out of here, go finish reading Fuel for Fire, which is a fantastic freaking book. So I'm going to get out of here before I'm no longer alone and I run out of storage space, but I wanted to try to get this video done. I'm sorry if I was rambling and talking too fast, but I'm feeling really good today for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm glad I had this done. I will catch y'all later. When I get home, I got some streams to catch up on with Ray and Joey and hopefully Mark later, so I hope that y'all are having a fantastic day. I thank y'all for joining me. Consider subscribing if you like this kind of Pokemon content. Join our Discord server in the link below. We have a ton of fun in there, just chatting up with everybody, and it's an absolute delight. I'm so happy to have met you people. So, thanks as always again for being here. Thanks for the suggestion, Joey and Side. Check out those great guys in the links below, and I will catch y'all soon. Later.